bar to warm up.
Oh, okay.
'Cause,
You got to get warmed up.
yeah, so, and sometimes I draw the patrons sitting at the tables, which always rattles them. If they notice, most of the time they don't notice. I was at Dick's Den last year, maybe the year before, I don't remember. Anyway, I'm drawing the band, and this lady comes up to me and she says, "Did their mothers hire you?" I said, "No." I don't know what you're talking about, lady. That was really bizarre. Why would anybody hire me to come and draw their band? Jeez. I do, have you ever heard of a band called ZZ Top?
Oh, yeah.
A friend of mine did their covers. Okay, so.
We are live now.
Okay, we're live? Well, good. This is good. It's
ZZ
better than
Top,
being dead.
guys. Go listen to it. YouTube.
I think I made the top a little feminine for a Coke bottle. That's all right. And I'm not going to erase anything. I'm just going to fatten her up. Because there's lots of lines. There's lots of lines all along there. So glass is always interesting to draw. And then back in here, it's like,
it's like a wave almost.
yeah. I often wonder if the students wonder who the heck you are.
They'll never see me.
They'll never see you.
I'm just with the weird voice in the background.
Ah.
Maybe I'll eventually shout out my art page. Y'all could follow it.
Yeah.
Probably not, though.
Okay.
The suspense.
Yeah, it's probably killing them. Okay. So.
I am a Red Devil alumni, though, so hello, fellow Red Devils.
Yeah. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on the background on this because this is a very difficult drawing. And I don't know that I can get it done in whatever number of minutes that my videographer prefers.
We can go up to about 20 minutes if you want.
Okay. Okay. So are you writing videographer on all your stuff now?
No.
Oh, you should.
On my resume, I'll say light skills with recording.
Yeah, well.
I don't really do any fancy editing. Like, I haven't made you a intro or an outro or anything.
I don't think I need that.
But that's what they want with videographers.
Yeah. I have a friend who started to do this for me, and he's a professional, and he just didn't feel he could do it. And I thought, I don't want all that. I just want something loose and goose so that my guys know how to draw stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not here to be the next anything.
The next PewDiePie.
No, and I'm definitely not going to be the next Bob Ross.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I know how to make funny trees.
You know, he's got his own cable, station now.
Is he still around?
No, he's dead, I believe. But on Roku TV, they have just a station, kind of like the Oprah Winfrey station.
Yeah.
But it's just the Bob Ross station.
Oh, that's funny.
And it's just Bob Ross 24/7.
You know, it's funny, too. I don't know if you've seen the ads for Jimmy Dean sausages.
Yeah.
Jimmy Dean's been gone a long time. But obviously death doesn't slow him down.
If you ever start a business, it can live on way past you.
Yeah. Well, I don't imagine a whole lot of people want to draw like I do. But my class needs to. So they're the ones that matter for me. Now notice I'm picking out the dark spots in this. And this little uneven spot, I want to note that. And then we have this part that's in here coming up. I like Coke bottles because they are so complex. I know that you think, oh, they're not that complex. Well, you sit down and draw one, they're pretty complex. And they have all these wonderful values inside them. And I think I could probably do this. And then use my eraser to pull some things out. Because there's this light band through there. And I'll use my eraser and draw with that. Oh, be quiet, you silly thing.
Computer yelling at us.
Yeah. Always sounds like a doorbell ringing. Bing!
Right.
What? Okay, and see this little ridge there? You want that in there. And you want the one on the other side.
Okay.
One of my former students is a teacher in New Jersey, and I guess they had a shooting. No, I don't know if it was in her school or around her school, but she said her art class never made a sound. They just sat there and worked, and I thought, wow. My guys, I remember we had some kind of bad thing happen there at Marion Franklin. It was during summer school because I was teaching that some English class. I don't remember what it was. Anyway, got to keep that E and that O the same height. The kids, we told them to stay in the cafeteria, and a bunch of them ran into the kitchen and we're going to run out the back way, and I found them on the shelving in the kitchen. And I thought, are you out of your flippin' minds? They'd shoot at you.
They're just trying to get out.
Yeah, that's not what you do. You don't get yourself in more trouble. Well, our guys sometimes do, but you don't want to do that. If an adult says they're shooting and you need to stay in the building, stay in the building.
Hide in a closet or something.
Yeah, and I was really impressed. She said her kids were quiet like that for several hours, just working away. Lord knows what I'm writing here. It's Greek, literally. Talk about Greek to me. Okay, I don't know if I'm going to fit it all in here because it's a lot of talking here.
Just saying how delicious Coke is.
Probably just babbling around. I do like to bring home, red would read as a dark value here. I'm going to bring this down a little bit so that I can have a stripe underneath. I don't know if I'm going to put all the details in, but I like to bring home soda bottles like from places like China and stuff because it's interesting.
So is this bottle from Greece?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
You remember Miss Delanikos? She was a math teacher.
That name sounds familiar.
She was there when you were there. Well, she has a house in Greece, and I went to visit her. And I went to Athens, and I saw the Parthenon. I saw the Porch of the Maidens, but they put that in a museum because, air pollution is just destroying a lot of our monuments. When I was in Florence, Italy, they had the doors to the baptistry, where they do the baptisms in Florence. And all these people, you couldn't get a good picture because they were all crowded around it. What they didn't seem to realize was the actual baptistry doors are in the museum across the street because this Japanese gentleman donated money to get them out of where they were being eaten by pollution. And if you're thinking if they're doing that to bronze doors, what are they doing to the insides of your body?
Right.
So we were talking about Nero today and how I think part of his problem was that he had lead pipes in his palace because rich people had running water in the Roman times, but they were done with lead pipes. So, oops, I think I got something off there. The lead pipes, you don't want lead pipes. That's what's happening in Flint, Michigan, is the children are being poisoned by the lead pipes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really affecting their cognitive ability. It's tragic. And they can't seem to get the powers to be to pay attention. I'd be furious, I'll tell you. Teachers take these things very seriously.
Yeah.
And as a parent, I take things very seriously. What are you carrying on about? Anyway, I'm going in here and I'm darkening these. And I'm showing where these sort of dimples are.
Mm-hmm.
And do you have to get it perfect? No. But you do want it to look like glass, which is the tricky part. It's making it look like glass. And I'm going to use this side of my pencil now, because I want this to be darker. And this is a 2 HB pencil. I really think HB pencils are better. And you can get number 2 HB pencils, probably at the grocery store.
Mm-hmm. Number 2s are the most common pencil.
Yep. And if it says HB, it means the lead is soft. So, we eat dinner soon. I'm hungry. I had a salad for lunch and it just didn't stay there that long.
Salad doesn't. It can fill you up, but I use a salad for quick energy, like an energy drink almost.
That's a good idea. That's healthy.
Mm-hmm.
I just eat it because I'm pudgy. I used to be so thin. I remember I was so excited when I hit 100 pounds. Because, well, yeah, I know that sounds funny, but it meant I was a grown-up, sort of. Because...
You was a grown-up and then you hit 100 pounds?
Well, no.
Okay.
I was in high school and I was 100 pounds finally.
Oh, shoot.
Everybody else weighed a lot more than I did, and I felt like I was trapped in childhood.
Oh.
I used to tell people that I had to be careful around dwarfs because they'd use my knees for doorknobs. I know, it was just a joke, because I sort of made fun of myself there because I was so skinny.
Hmm.
I'll tell you, marriage is fattening.
Yeah, once you get comfortable with
So
your significant other.
Yeah, then you just kind of go ahead and eat. Okay, so I'm darkening this down, and I'm probably going to cross hatch here because I want this to look pretty strong. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on the label because really, if you don't know it's a Coke bottle, I've done something wrong here. And when negative and positive shape, when I pull out the dark around it, it makes the positive shape, or the white of the Coke bottles, Coke and Greek letters, look much more distinctive. Anyway, Miss Delanikos was there in Greece, and I went to visit her. One time Bobby Atlas went to visit her. I miss Bobby Atlas so much. She was such a good friend.
I didn't know her first name was Bobby.
Mm-hmm. Roberta Atlas.
Oh, okay. So that's the thing about being a student. You only know the teacher by their last name.
Yeah. So then you remember I was Phlegm Nasty and the Phlegm Meister. I'm not going to worry about these little things.
Okay.
I mean, if you obsessively want to make those, you can, but I would not worry about them. That's not what we're working on here.
Hmm.
We're not working on being OCDC or whatever it is.
Close enough.
Close enough. Yeah, like ACDC.
Mm-hmm.
I said to Mr. Moore on Facebook one time, I was on my way to school, and I said, playing Highway to Hell. How appropriate. Because, you know, we're Red Devils and all
Yeah,
that.
you know, we're Red Devils. That's right. Yep, there we go. If you don't know AC/DC, it's a wonderful rock band from before your time. But
Yeah.
before my time, shoot.
Yeah.
80s, 70s?
80s, I think.
80s?
I don't honestly know. I don't really pay that much attention to when groups were big. I think I covered up one of those ends. I don't care. Anyway, yeah, he got a big kick out of that. I had a student that really loved AC/DC.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what happened to him. He was a sweet child. I think his name was Brendan. And I've had so many students. Mr. Oh, what was his name? He was a vice principal. Anyway, he said, oh, let me figure this out. He said, oh, you've had over 2,000 students. Yeah. Now I remember some.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the kid in the hallway whose shirt is up there because he got shot somewhere at a party, I think. I always remember that.
Yeah, you remember the tragic things that happened, but...
Yeah, and I remember some of the good things. I mean, we've done very well with the arson contest. My kids, my students, not my personal kids, Trevor Gazelle won first prize this last year in the 2020 arson contest, and Elizabeth Griffiths won second. And I'm just really, tickled. Because we didn't give up just because there was a stupid pandemic. We just kept going.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the big... I'll put some gray in here. It looks kind of funny. I know it is pretty white, but... And see how that's whiter still? So I put that in here. And then put a little light shading there. And you can see that. Is there another one? I don't see any others, really. And then these are darker up here. This is darker. So, yeah. Miss Delanikos taught math. I cracked me up one day. She's on the board and she's saying, now look at this fraction. And it's blah, blah, blah. And I thought, these kids can't even use a ruler. They have no idea what a fraction is.
Mm-hmm.
I had to that's why I have them use rulers, so that they'll have some idea of what a fraction is. They really need to put shop class back.
I was struggling yesterday. I was doing, we was cutting a shelf for an entertainment center, and we continuously
Cut it wrong.
kept cutting it wrong. And my grandpa was there to help, but he's like 80 years old, so he can't get on his knees and get in there. And
He didn't laugh at you.
well, he laughed. He sat on the chair and laughed at me and my fiance. My roommate Sean came out and tried to. And we eventually got it in there. It's not perfect, but you got to learn through failure.
Yeah, my husband, he's annoyed that he isn't a better carpenter, but he's really good at doing things like if the car doesn't work, he goes in and fiddles with it and usually goes again.
Mm-hmm.
And he's good at, I'm going to soften that so it isn't quite so obvious. He's a good photographer. He's very good at plumbing. He's good at lots of stuff, really. I mean, that was one thing I liked about him, was he was so smart.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I had just come back from New York when I met him, and I was talking about the different artists I'd seen, and he was giving it his best shot trying to hang in there with me. I thought, oh, isn't that cute? Because he didn't really know who I meant. But that's okay.
You just heard of the name before.
Yeah, so...
All right, we do got to pick up the pace a little bit. We're at 20 minutes.
Okay.
It'll take like an hour or two to upload this video.
Okay.
I won't do it here though. I'll do it at home.
Yeah. Hmm. Maybe you can come back this week or something. And I'm afraid they're going to make me go in and then I won't be able to do this.
Mm-hmm.
And that's bad. Because, you know, this is the one way I have of really doing what I do normally in the room. You know, I'll sit down with the kid usually and do this.
Mm-hmm.
Can't do that. They're too far away. You can't reach in the computer and grab them.
Well, let's see if you can get me like a visitor pass or something.
I'll try. Depends on how they deal with it. Okay. Oh, I need to fill in that. Well, you could fill this in without me showing you how. You can do that.
Just carving out the letters, make them a little bit
Yeah,
brighter.
yeah. I don't think that requires a great deal.
All right, well, I think we're going to sign off here soon.
Okay, we're running out of time, people. You know, finish your picture. And this does not have to be readable, because it isn't anyway, unless you read Greek. And I have a feeling not many of you do.
I didn't even know that's what their letters look like.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Because it's not Israeli, I don't think. I did go to Israel this year, so, 2019 I went to Israel for a friend's wedding. Okay, so there's your bottle. And that's it.